Hey, it's Taylor back again. So today what we're going to talk about is a couple of old tennis books that I used back in my tennis playing days before switching over to pickleball that I really thought changed the way that I thought about the game, and it really helped my mental game. And I think that's a huge part of any racket sport, because the physicality is one part that you can work on and master, but really a huge portion of the game comes from strategy and mental toughness. So the first one I'm going to go over is maybe the first tennis book that I ever got, and it really helped me to learn how to play against my opponent, learn how to use my game against others, and also just how to be prepared mentally for matches. And then after that, it kind of goes into talking to a few different professional tennis players about their routines and their equipment that they use and how they prepare. What I have here is a book called Winning Ugly by Brad Gilbert. So he now is a ESPN caster on tennis matches and shows and stuff. He's become famous for that. He coached Andre Agassi. He was kind of known as this ugly player, where he would just grind out and kind of do things to people that they didn't like in matches, and he got them really frustrated and just played against them that way. So some of the things that I really love in this book is it just talks about how to get the early edge. It talks about preparing before the match, keeping your bag packed with all the essentials, all the things that you need, making sure you have extra water, grips, towels, first aid kits, that kind of things, that just like that way whenever you get out on a court, you don't have to think about anything else other than playing your game. So it kind of sets you up for that. Also, it goes into talking about how to pick out different parts of people's games that really just annoys them and things that they don't like to do, and learning how to take your strengths and just match that against their weakness, and also kind of how to protect your own weakness. And along those lines, it also has a few little chapters in the back from different professional players who had played against him and talked about the experience and what you can learn from it. It's just a really great book for somebody who's looking to play tournament level pickleball or any sport, really. That's what I'm trying to get here, is that this may be a tennis book because he was a tennis player, but his ideas and strategies can really move along forward through any sport or any game that you want to play. I think that's a great pickup. I've had it, I don't know, I've probably had that specific book for 10 years now. So yeah, it's a great pickup. The second book that I want to talk about is a kind of a psychology book a little bit. Let's see if I can get the camera to see it here a little better. It's called The Inner Game of Tennis, and it's the classic guide to the mental side of peak performance. Now, this is by W. Timothy Galloway, and he has also done a book for golf. So there's two different ones of these, and I think they kind of go along the same lines. I've only read this the tennis version of this, but it's another great mental toughness book. It kind of helps to let your mind be quiet, and so you're not thinking of a million things every time you go out to play, and that you can really just focus your mind on the game and each point at hand. It talks about, there are different chapters like quieting the self-one, and this book goes into different details about your self-one and your self-two. Your self-one is your mental kind of telling mind. It kind of talks to your self-two and tells it what it should be doing, what it should think about and stuff like that. And your self-two is the doer. It's your muscle memory. It's what your body just naturally knows what to do, and it kind of moves without thought. So it's the book is a lot about kind of quieting your self-one, so making sure your mind isn't working against your body and your muscle memory, and letting your self-two kind of do its own thing and come out and really progress the way that it knows how to do. It's a really great book. Once again, tennis book, but not really. It really can go for any sport, and I've also read a lot of different reviews about this book that it can be for learning any sort of skill or any sort of even like business ideas, because you're always kind of battling two different minds in your head of what your body kind of wants to do and kind of move forward, and then also what that kind of self-conscious back mind is telling you what you should or should not be thinking about. So these are two different books that I think really any pickleballer would benefit from. Tennis, we can learn a lot from tennis. I don't think that they're the same game by any means. I think they're very different, and anybody coming from tennis into pickleball has got to learn a lot, and it's a big change. But what I do think is that tennis has been around a long time. It's an old game, and there's a lot of great learning that we can take from it. There's been a lot of players, a lot of great minds come through tennis, and they've figured out a lot of these kind of mental game issues where you're trying to work against yourself. But I really believe that we can learn from that and take that forward in pickleball. So pick up these two books. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them around. Just go to your library. It doesn't matter. Read them. And I really think that it's going to improve your game overall. So thanks again for watching. We're going to do some more game analysis videos soon. I'm going to try and record. I'm playing tonight with a group and maybe get some singles. I think the direction of this channel I want to go is to focus in on the singles game. That's really where my interests lie, and I'll play doubles and have fun with that, and maybe we'll do a couple of videos just to see. But I really want to work on helping people's mental games and their strategy in the singles world of pickleball. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks.